James Carter was 67. Once a hard-working man, a proud father, and a loyal husband, now just a silent shadow in a house filled with noise, but no attention for him. His son, David, worked long hours at a tech firm. His daughter-in-law, Rachel, was always on Zoom meetings or online shopping. The grandkids, Ethan and Lily, were lost in their phones and tablets. Everyone had their own life, their own world. And James? He was the invisible one. No one asked if he was okay. No one noticed when he stayed quiet all day. Even during family dinners, when they happened, he was more of a background figure than a member of the conversation. Sometimes he'd talk to the mirror just to hear a voice reply. One cold morning, James whispered to God, "If I'm no longer needed, why am I still here?" That afternoon, wrapped in silence and sorrow, he stepped outside for a walk. As he passed the edge of a parking lot near a dumpster, he noticed something, a shivering, limping dog. Muddy, skinny, and clearly in pain. Others walked past, disgusted. Some even yelled at the poor animal. But James stopped. "You look like I feel," he murmured, bending down. The dog let out a soft, helpless whine. James took off his scarf, gently wrapped the dog in it, and brought him home. Rachel gasped when she saw it. "Dad! What is that?" "It's dirty, it's probably sick." But James didn't argue. He quietly took the dog into his room, cleaned its wounds, gave it milk, and whispered, "You're not alone anymore. And maybe, neither am I." He named the dog Max. Over the next few weeks, Max transformed. His eyes brightened, his steps grew stronger, and soon, he followed James everywhere. They became inseparable, walking together every morning, napping together in the afternoons. James talked, Max listened. And for the first time in years, James laughed, real, deep, heartful laughter. One chilly evening during their walk, they found a teenage girl crying on the sidewalk near the park. Max gently trotted over and sat beside her. She hugged him and sobbed harder. James sat next to her. "You okay, miss?" Her name was Emily. She had lost both parents in a car crash 6 months ago. She was living with a distant aunt, who barely noticed her. "I feel like I don't exist anymore," she said. James smiled gently. "That makes 2 of us." They started meeting every few days. Emily brought Max treats and talked to James like he was her own grandfather. She laughed at his jokes, listened to his stories, something his own family hadn't done in years. Emily began calling him Grandpa J. One winter night, a fire broke out in the house, a short circuit in the basement. Smoke crept up silently as the family slept. Max barked, loud, sharp, urgent. James woke instantly and ran to wake everyone up. David and Rachel rushed out with the kids, coughing and panicked. Then Rachel screamed, "Where's Lily?" They realized the youngest grandchild was still inside. David froze. The smoke was too thick. James tried to run in, but the heat was unbearable. And then, Max bolted inside. Moments felt like hours. Then, through the smoky haze, Max emerged, dragging Lily's sleeve in his teeth, guiding her out. Her face was covered in ash, but she was breathing. Max collapsed. He was rushed to an emergency vet. For 2 days, he didn't wake up. The entire family visited him, prayed for him, cried by his side. Finally, he opened his eyes. Emotional climax, redemption. From that day on, everything changed. Rachel cooked for James without being asked. David took time off work to spend with his dad. The kids put down their phones just to sit and hear Grandpa Jay's stories, stories they'd never cared about before. And Emily? She became a permanent part of their lives. She called James every day, came over on weekends, and brought laughter back into the house. As for Max, he wasn't just a dog. He was family. He was love. He was a hero. Loneliness can drown a person silently. But sometimes, love shows up in unexpected forms: a lost dog, a broken-hearted girl, or a second chance at family. James had once asked God why he was still here. Now, he knew.